Evening, everyone. It's Saturday, September the 20th, about 15 minutes before the daily close here, and wanted to hop on here and give a quick update. Um, there's not been really much to say over the last several days, and I have been very busy with my new job, but anyway, I'm definitely keeping a eye on things, and we'll certainly try to get back to a regular cadence on videos. But I did want to just give an update here as we come into the weekly close tomorrow, what I'm looking for on XRP. I'm here on the 4 hour chart. And what I'm looking for is ultimately a test down here to around this 290 down to 287 price range. So this, this green box here in this area is where I'm looking for price to bounce. The reason I'm looking for that to occur is because, based on what I was looking at, it looked like we had broken out of the triangle that had been forming since the middle of July. But it looks like we might be in a larger pattern. Um, Either way, we need to hold here if we're going to be bullish. If we start to come down here to 280, 270, then it's probably likely that we're coming down here to this fair value gap area. Um, but to me, it seems like we did the deviation here in this area at the end of August, beginning of September. And now we've kind of made our initial impulse wave one up. This is your AB. Now we're coming in for our C. And then hopefully we're going to be starting our next major third wave impulse soon. But this could very easily just continue to meander for the next 30 days and take us into the middle to the end of October. I do think that we need to make our move up to that $7 to $8 range before the end of the year. So, the clock is ticking here. I'm amazed at how drawn out these moves have become, just comparing it back to 2017 and 2018, when you saw the initial impulses up, they were very quick. This whole move here lasted just a single year, and really the argument can be made that the major impulses within this move were, this was about 70 days here, and then the final blow off just before the end of 2017 into the beginning of 2018. That was only like a 23 or 24-day move. So what's interesting is we had a similar, run like that back at the end of last November, or the month of November last year. We had 4 straight weeks of green, so, we had a 30-day impulse here of about 500%. What's happened since then, and we're almost a year, removed from this major impulse on the macro scale, we've been sideways, I think sideways reaccumulating again. I don't think this is Wyckoff distribution. I think it's Wyckoff reaccumulation. But in order for that to be the case, we definitely need to hold in that 287 up to 290 area. And we definitely don't need to start getting back here into the 255, 250 area. The reason is because if you do end up closing a daily candle or even a weekly candle below 250, then this starts to become an argument that this was an upthrust after distribution. So this could be Wyckoff distribution if this doesn't end up playing out to be a bullish scenario here. And we would really only know that if we start to close prices below 250 again. So I still, of course, I'm a broken record. I still maintain a bullish macro bias here. We're on the weekly chart at the moment, and price is trading above all these moving averages. So there's nothing really that I'm concerned about. Where I would start to become concerned is if we start closing dailies below 250. I think from there we could see, let's just play out a bearish scenario here. Let's say we come down here and close below 250. We might even come down here to 235. What we might do after that is have a short-lived bounce back up to the bottom side of all this accumulation, back up to, 270, 275. Then I would look for us to roll over and have a larger impulse lower if we have reached the top in this cycle. It's very hard for me to believe that we've done that, though, just because we did come all the way back up here to this old all-time high. Um, you know, Obviously, we don't know anything until the market gives it to us. We're just speculating. We're looking at previous market history. We're looking at what price has done in the past in respect to this. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. This has to be a very patient season. It's very, very hard to get in on the trades and make the most money when you have this kind of price action. Part of the reason why these moves are getting lengthened out, a lot of it is because of high leverage trading. But I think we have to be going into a season here with Ripple swell in early November, along with several other pieces of news like ETFs going live and things like that. That, again, I hold out a bullish bias until it gets invalidated. For me, it would start to get invalidated if we start closing price below 250. So that's what we need to watch closely over the next few days. Sorry to have rambled here for a little bit, but I hope that this video is helpful. That's obviously why I do them. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna try to get more consistent back to doing these. It's just been a big transition here over the last month for me, but I do appreciate your patience. Definitely definitely like and subscribe if you want to get my next updates, as I will start to try to put those out more consistently and just give you a daily, if not every couple of days, view on the markets and where we're currently at. So, hope everyone has a great evening. I'm not going to start talking a lot about Bitcoin. Again, I'm still not worried about it yet. If we do start rolling over here to 95,000, that still doesn't take out the bullish case for me. I mean, it could easily come down to that level, but we would definitely need to hold that area, 95,000, 100,000. We would definitely need to hold that area and then see us continue to make higher lows. Like on the weekly, I really wouldn't be worried on the weekly. Well, I guess I could say I would be start to get worried if we started closing below 97. I just mentioned 95, but probably 97 because that would be a lower low on a weekly. So, that's what we're going to want to watch. Do we stay above 97, $98,000? We don't want to put in a lower weekly low than back in the middle of June. So, anyway, everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great weekend. And as always, I will see you down the road and hope everyone has a good one. Thanks.